Hello and welcome to another edition of Teacher Talk Second Grade. And today we're going to be talking about the Common Core math. I'm going to focus in on addition. I'm going to show you 4 different ways to solve addition problems. These are going to be two-digit numbers with regrouping. In fact, with double regrouping. So this video is coming as more than one parent in my classroom has asked about these Common Core methods, and I figured this would be a good way to communicate with them. So, by the way, I have several other math videos on here, and I have another one I just posted a little bit ago talking about composing and decomposing numbers, which is a big Common Core one. So please hit subscribe and check those videos out. So, what we're going to do today is talk about the algorithm, which is the old-fashioned way, or make it vertical, which is, if you're an adult, this is how you were taught to add, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into the number line. We're going to get into ones, tens, and hundreds, and what I call the popsicle stick method. And we're also going to talk about composing and decomposing numbers. So let's get right to it. Algorithm way, the old-fashioned way. And I did these already just to kind of save us some time. But look, here's 75 plus 38, and we're going to do that same problem with all 4 of these, by the way. So 75 plus 38. So the first thing I tell the students to do is cover the tens and simply add the ones. So we have 5 plus 8 is 13. The students are to write the 13 right here in the ones place, and then they need to understand, and this is after several lessons of this, that this is actually one set of 10 and 3 ones. The one set of 10s cannot live in the ones place, so we are going to put a box around it, and we're going to move it right up here to the tens place. So the reason we take this extra step is we're trying to show the students that we don't want you just solving this as an algorithm. In other words, when I see this, I do this, and when there's a 1, I put it here, but not really understanding what that 1 is, that 1 is a set of 10. That's what we're trying to get across, and that's really all the Common Core is really trying to dive in here and do, is get the students to really understand the fundamentals of these numbers rather than just doing a process like the algorithm. All right, so now we've got our 1 here, and our 3 is here. We've crossed out this one set of 10, and now we have 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 more is 11, and we put it down here. Now, if you wanted to take this one step further, you can explain to the students that actually this 1 is in the tens place, and that it needs to move over to the hundreds, and we could put it up here, and then we could move it down. But we could also just explain to the students, since there's no numbers here, we can simply move that one set of 100 over, or at least do it in our mind. So we have one set of 100, one set of 10, 3 ones for 113. All right, let's move on to the number line. So number line is a big one with Common Core. It works extremely well with subtraction, and especially addition and subtraction that have regrouping. So here's all we do. Get the larger of the 2 numbers, 75. We're going to use the same one, 75 plus 38. And now all we're going to do is on our number line take jumps of 38. As I tell the students, if you want to jump 38 jumps of 1, you can. It's going to take forever, but you could. If you tried to do 75 and take one big jump and adding on 38, you could do it. It's probably not the right way. You're probably not going to get the problem right. So let's take smart jumps. So if we know 38, we know that we can do 3 jumps of 10, and then we could do 8 ones, or we could break that apart and show it as a 5 and a 3, which is what I'm going to do here. So let's dive into it. 75, I start taking my jumps of 10. 75 plus 10 is 85, plus 10 more is 95, plus 10 more is 105, and now we've jumped 10, 20, 30. Now we need to jump 8 more. So I'm at 105 and I do a jump of 5, which lands me on 110. Now I do a jump of 3, which lands me on 113. So again, number line is very, very effective, especially the tricky subtraction ones. This really works well. Okay, on to popsicle stick method, which is what I call it in my class. This is really working with ones, tens, and hundreds and bundling. So the reason it's called popsicle sticks is the Common Core in second grade has us getting popsicle sticks and counting them. And once the students are unsuccessful counting a couple thousand popsicle sticks, and that's how many we give them, we explain to the students that why don't we try grouping them in tens and putting a rubber band around them, and then once we get 10 sets of 10, then we'll make one big set of 100, and we put that onto a place value chart. So this is a great one if the students understood that place value and that place value chart. And here's what we do is we draw little pictures to represent the popsicle sticks. So here, this would be a group of 1. These are 1s. And if there's more than 4, then I tell them to put this hash right here, so you know that's a group of 5. And these are all 10s here. And the reason that they have this line across is that's supposed to represent the rubber band. So these are all 10s. And this guy right here would be 10 10s or 100. So let's get right to it. 75. So if we did our 75, here's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So that's that initial 75 right here. And then we have 5 1s, which is this right here. And now we have 38. So I have 10, 20, 30. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here's all of them right here. And what we're going to do is we have more than 10 here. So the students know if you have more than 10, you need to get a rubber band, get 10 of these guys, and let's rubber band them together. So let's get these 5 here, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm going to draw a circle around these guys. Oops. And one of those popsicle sticks went on my line, so I'm going to redraw that. And this is 10 right here, so I'm going to actually move these guys over. And I'm going to put in another set of 10 here. And now I used these, so I need to cross them out. And then don't forget I have these 3 1s down here. So let's count. I have my 3 1s. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sets of 10. So again, that's going to cause us to have another issue here because you can't have 11 sets of 10. You can't have 2 digits in one place value. So what do we need to do? We need to count up 10 of these guys and we need to regroup them and make them a set of 10. So I'm going to get these guys right here, and I apologize, it's getting a little bit sloppy on here, but I'm doing my best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sets of 10. I am going to cross these guys out. And 10 sets of 10 is going to be 1 set of 100. And I still have 1 set of 10 here. So my 1 set of 10 is going to come down. My 1 set of 100 is right here. And again, I have that 113. So again, I understand that got a little bit sloppy. Hopefully you understand the big picture of that. This one, the students, believe it or not, can really wrap their head around, at least some of them who struggle with math. Again, we're doing a pretty complicated problem for 2nd grade. Two-digit numbers with double regrouping. So if this looks a little bit intense for these numbers, understand we're going for understanding on a pretty difficult problem. Let's move on to composing and decomposing numbers. 75 plus 38. Again, this is a pretty challenging one to do the composing on when it is a two-digit numbers with regrouping, but let's give it a try anyway. Here we have 75 plus 38. So the students know that they can get the 1s and add them together. The 5 is a 1s and the 8 are 1s. So we put those together. 5 plus 8 equals 13. And now we have a 1 and a 3. The 1 cannot live in the 1's place. So we put a box around it. We move it up. And it can go above the 3 because the 3 represents 3 sets of 10. Or it can go above the 7. The 7 represents 7 sets of 10. So either way is fine. And here I just moved it above the 3, and once I do that, I cross out that 1. So now I'm left with the 3. I've moved the 1 up here, and now I have 7 sets of 10 plus 3 sets of 10 plus 1 set of 10 is 11 sets of 10. And I put those 11 sets of 10 here. So if you really wanted to let the students know, you can see here that I actually explain how I'm moving over this 1 set here. So in this 11, this is 1 set of 10 here. This is 1 set of 100 here, or 10 sets of 10. So when we move it over, we make it 1 set of 100. So 1 set of 100, 1 set of 10, and 3 1s. Again, I know that's a little bit confusing. This is a tough one for composing numbers and decomposing for two-digit numbers with regrouping. So anyway, I hope that helps you some, and you can kind of figure out the best method that works for you and your student. The students are expected to know how to use these. Again, this is about the most challenging problem you're going to see as a second grader as far as regrouping. But if they can understand this, they will be absolutely ready for third grade, at least in this specific area. All right, I hope this helps. If you have any questions with it, let me know. And again, there's going to be several other videos in this playlist. So we'll do some subtraction. I'll do some easier numbers, some numbers without the regrouping, and you can see how these different strategies work. Hope you like this. Bye for now.